Hey guys, what's up? It's Schlaw coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schlaw. And I just freaked out because I thought I forgot my AirPods, but I realized that I actually just put them in my backpack for some reason, which I never do that, but you know, I don't I don't know why I did that, but anyways, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I just made such a crazy decision that last night I don't really need to get into the details really, but I just spent like a way too much money on something, I wasn't even really that interested in getting. And as a result of that, it was difficult to go to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and I think was awake for around 2 hours, probably, because I couldn't go back to sleep off of just this stress about it, this like intense stress about the decision. And again, it's hard for me to explain on here because I want to keep as much information I can about my personal, like, private. So I guess I won't try to get too into that, but I feel like the way I've been living, there's something like wrong with it. It's just not right. And I honestly think back to what happened before where, there was a time in my life I had saved up a lot of money and I kept thinking to myself, oh, I really want to spend money, but I don't know what I want to spend it on. And I kept thinking that and thinking that. And eventually, that was when I bought a MacBook Pro. They were on sale at Best Buy. And that was a decision I proceeded to regret because I don't really use the thing ever. I just always wanted to have a Mac, just to have a Mac. But really, that money should have just went into, like, if I was going to spend that money, I should have just got like a better computer, because that was what I was actually using, because I didn't get like that great of a computer. If I had put that money into just like a good computer, you know. But yeah, I mean, people make mistakes in life, I guess. This is just a time where I just made like kind of a pretty big mistake. I spent like a lot of money on something that I don't really need, and there's a lot of stress surrounding it because it's pre-owned, and I hope it won't break, and I hope I didn't get scammed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea what I was doing or what I was thinking. So really, for the next week or so, next like week to 2 weeks, and depends on how long it even takes to ship. I don't even know. Could take a week or 2 or 3 weeks. I'm just not gonna be at peace, and it's gonna be a lot of work when I get it too. It's not, you know, it's gonna be a lot of work. So I don't know why. I just casually bought it, and it's like I don't really get what was going through my head. It wasn't really that good of a deal. It was just kind of like an okay price for what I was getting. Um, and it just didn't make any sense. Like, it was just a blow. It was just a blow to me. I don't know why I did it. It was really just like poor judgment. I'm not happy about it. I mean, it's different if I had spent a lot of money on something I had really wanted. That would be different. But this is not really something that I deeply desired. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. And sorry, I know this is like a little bit jumbled and out of order, but what I wanted to say was that it reminds me of that time before where like I was just spending money because I needed to feel good. I needed to like feel something. And in a way, buying this, like it has kind of made me feel alive again, just not really in a positive way, but the shock of energy that rippled through me and still does, like it does feel good to like actually feel something. But I'm not really trying to say that I'm happy about that. It's just I think that's kind of what happens with me in my life, because I've spent more money than I ever have in my life within such a short period of time, in this time span of September, October, November, December. This quarter, well, this third, but it may be a quarter, because I actually don't think I bought that much in September. I think it was just the AirPods Pro and like some fan I never talked about that I spent like $60 or $80 on. I think I spent $60 on some fan that's just like sitting in my room. Um, I don't know. I don't think I ever talked about that because it's just insignificant. I think it really is this quarter. I think from it really the end of October until the end of December, I guess. This has just easily been the most money I've spent in my life, probably by a decent margin, for like a consecutive amount of dollars blown. And it really flies in the face of what I was planning. I'm going to be straight up with y'all. I have not even told y'all basically any of the things that I've bought. I don't believe I've talked about it on this show. I've just been keeping my lips sealed about it because I'm almost like not even able to process what I'm doing. If you remember in the beginning of the series, I would joyously be happy and I'd be talking about the things I was buying, and it was in a happy way. Like I love talking about the things I buy, but it's like at this point I'm more and more like I just don't I feel like crazy about it. Like that's more and more. I just feel crazy about the things that I buy. And a part of that is because of other humans, and they don't appreciate a lot of the things I buy, even though what I buy, they're the things that are like actually important or actually interesting or useful. I don't know, but regardless, I just yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Like I don't know what the I just like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I had been talking about since June, and there's evidence of this on the channel, that I was going to be doing this whole thing of like saving or whatever. And as it turns out, like I'm I'm spending more than I ever have. I've never spent this much money. And so it goes along with the broader theme of this year by far being the most amount of money I've spent. And so I'm not being like mature, like I'm really not. I'm not really making like the responsible decisions at all. Maybe at all is a bit of an over exaggeration because it's like I still saved a lot of money this year, but and in some ways, like, especially with standards I have for myself, like, I don't really feel like I was doing anything responsible. I feel like I could have been way more responsible with how I did things. To tell you the truth, like, I don't really see how I mean, I'm making these decisions, like, it's crazy. It's so foreign from who I thought I was going to be when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I was actually more mindful. I basically became a teenager like at the end of my teens. Like, it was like in the beginning of my teens, I was actually fairly responsible, and then things just kept going off a cliff, and it was with buying stuff. Like when I was 15, I came up with this idea, like, never spend money, and like spending money is stupid and you just don't need to do it. There was this like whole thing I came up with, and then as time had went on, I just kept like spending and blowing more and more and more, and like I think as a percentage I'm doing better. Like, I do think that's accurate. Like, I think as a percentage of my income, but I'm just not living wise at all. And I'm not really living fair either, because I don't really feel like I deserve this stuff. It's like I'm only able to afford it because I don't have to pay rent. If I had to pay rent, I wouldn't be able to buy this stuff. It just wouldn't make any sense. So I just don't know how I'm supposed to be like squaring it, and it's just not sitting right with me, And I shouldn't have done the purchase, and but what I was trying to get at earlier was it reminds me of that time when I bought the MacBook Pro. There seems to be these stages in my life where like I did a really good job at saving, and then eventually I just decide to blow it. And it's weird, and I don't know why I end up doing that. It's just crazy. But I think it ends up being like a way to feel something, because so much of my life, I feel like it's just restricted. It's like I don't get to just do what I want in so many ways. Like, I'm restricted because I'm thinking about what's right, not about what's for me, but for, objectively what is important. And that tends to be not, a lot of people don't think like that. And like, so I get in this point where, and mentally too, like with what I'm doing with, even with this series and everything, like I'm going on overdrive. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on like overdrive with this stuff. And I'm on overdrive, and it's like I can't, I have like a high octane kind of thing, but it's just not, like, I just don't know, I just don't really know what to do, or like where I'm at with these things. And yeah, like I just don't know what I'm doing, or I don't even know. But like, it would be different if I had made this purchase and like I enjoyed it, but I just don't enjoy it. Like, I'm not happy with what I did at all. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I just had to get to that point. Because, like, I would keep saying, like, I got to that point where I was sick of it, but I really wasn't there yet. Like, there was nothing I bought that gave me this much stress. I guess that's noteworthy. It's like, you know, I finally bought something that, like, made me sick. You know, like, sick to my stomach. I wasn't actually sick to my stomach. I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify that. I just said that because that's, like, that phrase, you know, that, like, saying sick to your stomach. But no, I wasn't actually sick to my stomach. But metaphorically, like, the other things I've been buying, like, yeah, like, I haven't felt great about them, but it's been, like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And this one, though, I don't know what I'm doing, you know? Like, it's, like, really crazy, and there's, like, other things I really have to get now too, and it's just, like, craziness, you know? Serious craziness. But yeah, I just can't believe what I did. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I just I don't know, but like I said, I mean, you can't. It is experience, you know. Like, I keep going through life, I keep getting older, and I keep making these choices and, like, seeing the fallout. But as I've gotten older, I keep leaning more and more into it because I just don't think there's a joy in the rest of my life. You know, there was, I think, like I said, actually originally when I was a teenager, I was better off. Most people, it's the other way around, but, you know, in my case, I actually was better as a teenager, and then I hit my teenage years in my, like, 20s, basically. Like, 20, 21, 22, 23 has all been, like, crazy. I think there were brief periods of time, like, where I was actually pretty responsible, but those times changed, and now, like, I'm just feeling so crazy about things. So I don't really know what to do or really what else to say about it. It's just weird, you know. And yeah, I've just been, yeah, it just hasn't been good, you know. And it's when you're in, like, a frame of mind like that, that's when stuff like this happens, because you can't even think straight. Or I don't know, I mean, maybe some people don't even have that problem, but I do, where it's just been so tumultuous, like, I just can't figure it out. You know, like, I can't really get a handle on what I'm doing in life, and yeah, it's just like, because I don't know. I just don't know what it is. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm tired of working. I'm tired of not having enough money for these things that I want. But I mean, what, everybody says that. It's not really. That doesn't really. I just don't know how somebody like me could have changed so much from going from, like, a deep cleanse in my teenage years meditatively choosing not to buy things. See, I think that's like the problem is there's so much power when I buy stuff. Like, I love buying things like more than like anybody, I think. I know like a lot of people, I know everybody says they love buying things. I love buying things more. I definitely do. I definitely have a deeper memory and a stronger joy when I buy something as compared to other person. I mean, I have to buy things just to like feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love to purchase things. It's just something it's just the best feeling, and I can't break that habit. I can't break that addiction. Now, some people have that addiction, because I know like a lot of people do, but I'm trying to say I'm very distinctly different. Like, the people who have it, it's not to the same degree. I know it's not. Like, a lot of people, they're so much more casual about buying things. Like, I mean, they might like buying things, but they do it, you know, relatively casually. Like, it's not, like, for me, it's a big deal. It's a big deal either way. And, like, I feel terrible at the loss of money. That's, like, the worst part. Like, I can never really enjoy buying a thing because I'm always fixated on and stressed about the money. Like, it always hurts a lot to lose money for me. It just does. It hurts a lot. Doesn't hurt a little bit, it hurts a lot, you know. And yeah, it's a lot of pain for me to lose money. A lot of pain. More pain than the average person, like I said. You know, average person feels the way I feel about these things, but for me it's extremely intense. When I lose money, it's the end of the world. When I buy something I want, it's such a potent joy. You know, but like a lot of people, I mean, they like shopping, but I think they just buy stuff and then that's it, you know? They move on with their life and they're not really restrained, but they don't really need to be, and they get like some joy out of it, but you know, they do other things. It's like I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. Because it's just, I just don't know. I don't know what but that's why it's like my throttle and my brakes, like I'm driving like a high performance car and my brakes brake hard and they hurt and you feel it. And then my throttle goes, you know, like it goes. Most people, it's like they hit the throttle and they don't really move that fast, you know, so they still kind of have time to rationalize things out. When they hit the brakes, like, you know, like an old car, like its brakes don't really stop right away. It has a sluggishness to it. But like in a high performance car, like when you hit the brakes, that thing stops. You know what I'm saying? And it cuts. You kind of like feel like the car really lurch. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't have that type of a system in their brain. And the intensity of it all too. Their brakes aren't that strong, their gas isn't that strong. I'm some deranged maniac, you know, where it's just like I don't know. You know, like it's hard. It's been a difficult existence. It has been. And it's been something that's like living in my mind has taken this long to finally grapple with. I mean, most people, I don't think they even ever grapple with themselves. They probably don't need to. A lot of people, they think relatively simply. They don't really have to grapple with anything. And they don't have that much of a task to understand. You know, if they wanted to, like, they wouldn't have to figure themselves out. Most people, I think they're just neurotypical, or their brain is just socially assimilated to the point where it just doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't really matter if they end up being self-aware or understanding their personality or understanding and knowing who they really are. I don't think that really phases people or matters to people in the way, like, for me, the comprehension of myself has been critical. It's been mission critical for just me to get through life in a reasonable fashion. Like, I can't be doing the things that I've been, like, I can't go through life on autopilot. I guess I could try, but my brain, it's too invasive. You know, lots of people, their brains aren't very invasive, so they can lie, cheat, steal, and do whatever they need to do. And I'm talking about figuratively and physically lie, cheat, and steal. Lie, cheat, and steal mentally too. Lie, cheat, and steal in a, you know, a white collar way as well as a literal way. Most people have no qualms about lying, cheating, and stealing, but for me, it's like my brain, it's intrusive. It's intrusive with its awareness and its control over and its control over myself, that I can't get away with these things. Other people, they believe stupid opinions and they're safe in that. They're safe and they're happy. I can't do that. I can't just believe something that's like incorrect anymore. My brain, the older I get, it keeps getting smarter. And there's certain beliefs I had in the past that were wrong, and I had to change them. And it's kind of like, I don't think the brain's meant to do that. You know? That's literally what happened to me. Like, major ideological changes that I realized I was dead wrong about. And most people just never realize that. You know, because and there's a comfort in that. There's like, there really is a comfort. Even though it's wrong, like, a lot, that's why people do it. It's comfortable to think and feel that way. It's safe. It feels good, you know, to just think something and you thought it. But the older I get, and I've always had an appetite for truth, it's just that, you know, it obviously takes some age to actually hit it. You know, to actually hit the truth, it takes some age. Like, you don't get that right away. You don't get that handed to you immediately. You have to, like, work through it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about. My brain's getting pretty chaotic. You know, I thought I was going to make like a good time today, but I guess I still might. I guess that I still might, but again, I'm shocked I'm not like falling asleep on the way to work. I thought I was, like, that's what I'm saying. It's making a purchase, like, it like breathed this new life into me. I know it's probably, it's just adrenaline or whatever, and it's going to wear off, but it really did sort of, like, it struck my brain in a way, you know, and for a brain that's been stuck in a fog and in a haze, it really struck my brain in this way that, you know, I just think it was powerful the way it struck my brain, because it sort of reminds me of the good days, you know, when I was getting 6 hours of sleep and I was still completely fine and I was able to drive without being drowsy. It sort of reminds me of how I felt back then. It's a better, healthier feeling. You know, it's just a shame because it can't be replicated, because obviously there's a hedonistic path to purchasing, and I would have to keep spending more and more money if I really wanted to keep going or whatever. It's not, there's like a hedonistic diminishing return there. I can't keep using retail therapy in the way I would like to. It just doesn't work like that. But yeah, it does. I mean, again, it feels like I'm breathing new air, cleaner air. That's what it feels like. A new and cleaner air is what it feels like I'm breathing. Whoa, why did that person not go? I'm ready to honk at them. Like, what? They made me like brake really hard because they didn't go. They should have went and they didn't go. It's like so annoying. I was giving them like plenty of time to go. Like, it totally would have made sense, and then they might have honked at me. Like, that's what's crazy. I couldn't believe that. I'm gonna just pretend that they didn't, because they definitely should not be honking at me. Because I don't know how, like, why would they have been letting me go? They were like in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. They were so much more in front of me that, like, I don't know why that would have even been the case. I think we'll end up making like a similar time to yesterday, probably. I mean, it depends on light luck, of course, but yeah, I mean, I'm still going through like a lot, and it's like weird because I'm not going through anything, you know, like, honestly. But it's like so much like mental stuff. I don't know if my brain, it's just brain developing or what it is, but it's just I don't know. It's not great. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. You know, it's just like a weird, freaky situation. It's a freaky situation. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Because that's what I'm like. I don't know. There's definitely people who go through more stress. I just think I process things through so many more dimensions. It's hard to deal with the way because life, it's adhering to the median of human perception. So people who have a relatively average dimensionality, or maybe people with slightly above average, but if somebody has like an exquisite multi-dimensional processing of everything like I do, you know, you can't just I don't even know what I'm getting at, but like you can't just put that. Yeah, I don't know what I was getting at, but yeah, no, it's because there's like a median, so things are designed in a way to make sense to just like a regular average person. But if you have somebody who really thinks about things and processes things deeply, there's going to be an intense amount of pain because the way things are set up, it's just not for that. That's like the whole problem. Am I gonna get gypped at this light like for the millionth time? I think we'll make it through, but we probably almost did not. But I will never know. So yeah, I don't think the luck is looking like amazing, to be honest, but so far it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good so far, but it's not does not seem amazing. But yeah, so it's gonna be hard again. Like I said, it's probably gonna take about 2 or 3 weeks for me to really process this. I don't know, I'm just not in a good way. Like I just wish I could really just fast forward through this time and stuff. Because I'm not going to be at peace until that thing arrives and I can make sure that it's all good. That's really the truth about the situation. Actually, the light luck pretty phenomenal. Like there was like a good amount of cars. So I will say it was like a bit of a sluggish light luck, but the light luck was good. It's just, there was a bit of traffic, so things still weren't like rapid speed, but I may beat. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll beat yesterday's time, but it's I'm going to do okay. I think I'm going to do okay. But yeah, I mean, I have to narrate just what I'm going through. I'll either beat it or get the same. It's hard to say for the time. I think I'm probably going to miss it by a hair. Just looking at how the seconds are, it's going to be very close either way. That's my prediction. But I think I'm going to miss it. So maybe I shouldn't say it's going to be close. I think I'm just going to miss it. I think I'm just going to get the same as last time. So. Yep. What can you do? I don't know. Don't know what can be done. Yeah, I think we're getting like the same. We missed it by, let's see how much. Yep, 10 seconds, so. And did we get the same time as yesterday? No, we got a minute earlier than yesterday, so I actually kind of misremembered what yesterday's time was. Interesting. All right. Well, we got here alive. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm crazy. Like, it's not been a good time for me. I've needed a rebound for a long, long time, and I'm just not getting it for some reason. It's not panning out. It's not working out, and I don't know why. I'm putting my AirPods in my backpack for no reason. All right. Are we like already ready to go? What is going on? I guess so. I think it's been Schlaw, now it's time to buy Schlaw. So, see you, Schlaw.